Hello everybody. So I just wanted to turn the camera on. Today I'm cooking some turnip greens. So I just wanted to come and show you guys what I'm doing with the process of cooking these turnip greens. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So right here I have some um, smoked turkey meat, and I'm boiling the turkey meat. I'm going to let it boil on high for 30 minutes, and then I will come back and turn the heat down, and I'll bring you along for that. So I'm going to allow this to just boil for 30 minutes so that the meat can become tender and translucent, so that it will be able to be tender throughout my greens. That's the reason why I go ahead and boil this meat for so long. Okay, so this is the reason that you allow for your meat to boil on high, so that when you come back, the water levels are down. So at this point, I will check my meat to see if it's tender to my liking. And I think it may be tender enough, so I don't have to add more water to it before I add the greens. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and show you me cutting up the greens, but I'm going to put my lid on top of this and turn the heat down on it so that it can simmer while I cut my greens up. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put the lid on. Okay. Okay, so I have my greens soaking in some vinegar water just so that they could get cleaned. And these are turnip greens from Walmart. Walmart does sell bunches of greens, if you guys have not noticed that. And I think they are like $1.59 a bunch. This is a bunch, and I only needed one bunch because I'm the only one that will be eating these. And although they looked very clean, I just decided that I would soak them in vinegar and wash them and get them good and clean. So I'm going to go ahead and drain this water off of them and check the greens, and then I'll come back. Okay, so we're gonna just continue rinsing everything, getting it all ready. We'll do a little bit at a time. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and season my pot. I'm going to be using Tony's Creole seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, Himalayan pink salt, black pepper. Last time I used the red pepper flakes and it was a little too spicy for my tasting, for my liking. So I'm not going to do that this time. And now you want to put the lid back on the pot. And at this point, you may want to turn the heat back up. I turned the heat back up because I want the greens to go. I want the pot to start boiling again because I just added the greens to them. So I'm going to continue adding my greens in to the pot as they cook. So I want the pot to keep boiling, and I'll come back and show you guys the process once I come back and add everything to the pot. I'll show you how that works out, because I know you're thinking all those greens won't hold in this little pot, but they will. And I'll come back and show you. Okay, so I'm going to finish cleaning my greens, cutting them up and putting them into the pot, and then I'll come back and show you guys that process. So this is my last set of greens, and I am adding those to the pot, and I'm going to allow it to continue boiling on high until everything shrinks down a little bit more, and then I'll turn it on low and allow it to cook at least about 30 minutes. Okay, so before I cover this pot and turn the heat down, I just wanted to come back and show you guys how the greens have dwindled down. And yeah, so I'll come back once they're finished. Okay. Turn this down to 2. Okay, so you guys, I don't know if you all know as well, Walmart also sells turnip roots. So I purchased some turnip roots, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and cut this turnip root up, and I will add it to the pot once my greens have boiled down, because you don't want a turnip root to cook for too long. It's almost like potatoes. You don't want to boil them for too long, only to a certain point. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this turnip root up. I'm going to just cut it into some chunks, pretty much, almost like you would do potatoes, actually. So I'm not going to add any more seasoning to my pot once I add these roots to my pot, because I think I've already added enough seasoning to my pot originally, especially with the Himalayan pink salt. So I'm choosing not to add any more seasoning to my pot because I don't want to have my stuff over seasoned, because it's easy to add and it's not easy to take away. And these roots will definitely pick up all that seasoning. So let me show you my pot as of now. So I've added my roots, turnip roots, and I'm just going to allow the pot to just continue simmering. All right. Another thing I wanted to add is, this is why you don't want too much liquid into your pot, because this thing is already, it's going to have liquid. That little liquid that you saw in my pot before, this is why you don't want to add too much liquid, because it will have liquid in it. It will not boil out, especially if you keep everything on a simmer once you've added your greens. And now that I have my my roots in there, everything is going to go ahead and it suck up more water. So this is why. So now that my pot is just simmering, I went ahead and washed everything up, got my kitchen clean. So once everything finishes, all I have to do is eat. So let me know if you guys live by that motto. If you live by clean as you go, so that way when the food is done, you don't have to be worried about cleaning. All right, everybody. So here is the finished product. And I cooked some cornbread the other day, so I just added that to the bowl. But you guys, this stuff is going to be so delicious. I already know it is. What type of greens do you guys like? The older I get, the more I have clinged to liking turnip greens. Collard greens are no longer my favorite. So leave me a comment down below and let me know what type of greens are your favorite type of greens. I would love to hear from you. All right, enjoy your day and good eatings.